I saw Rap Snacks had joined the chat.
Was Vicious on there? Yo, Jeff.
Oh,
Yo, what's good, y'all? Vana,
what's
what's
up?
good? Rari, what's good?
What's up?
Cooler, cooler.
So let's start off with let us know how was your day? What did it consist of? I'm pretty jealous. I saw you got like all these snacks and liquor.
You
Like
feel me? So, I had went to Miami. I was looking at some designs because I'm trying to like start a little clothing line myself. So, I was looking at some designs by the designer. See where we could go from there. Um, it's gonna be called Venom. So
Well,
we'll see. I'm gonna do online, shopping or whatever else. And hopefully, if it gets to that level, we could start going in store and whatever.
when it gets to that level, that's the type of words that we gotta use
Facts,
when it gets to
facts,
that level.
facts.
So aside from just us being on live, when we get off, I'm gonna leave it on my page and we'll upload it on other platforms. Why don't we're familiar with you, we know you, but for the people who are tuning in now or who are gonna be tuning in after, why don't you
Facts.
introduce yourself to the people and let them know who you are and what you do and how you got into it.
All right. So if you don't know, the name's The Vicious, straight out of Broward County, Lauderdale, nigga. Just always grinding. I'm an artist, producer, record label owner, actor. I'm a jack of all trades. So, you know, just trying to get to the next level. I've been working on some promo and marketing, artist management, also been curating and getting like Spotify playlisted with certain artists and everything. So I'm just trying to be a powerhouse.
Okay. Well, it sounds like you have a lot going on, so we have a lot of good stuff to talk about. So take us back to the beginning of things. I'm assuming that music, your passion for music came first. Am I right?
Exactly. My passion for music is just, it's always been there since I was a youngin'. I can remember the first album I ever got. It was the Snoop Dogg Doggy Style, and I played that out. Like, I played that out. Like, I had the cassette actually. I ain't had like the CDs. Like, I know there's some youngins up in here that like cassette, but like, I popped that in and I played it until like I had to get a little pencil and roll back the tape into that bit. Yeah.
How did you come up with your stage name?
So the Vicious, it was shortened. It was actually Creep the Vicious, which stands for Cool Rhyme Entertainer Enlightening People. Doing it viciously. Also, when I was younger, I was really on the big side before I got skinny. Then I got into working out. But when I was like really big, I didn't really take nothing for people. So they'd be like, "Oh, that boy a little vicious over there." So I just combined it.
Okay. And at what age was it where you're like, okay, I want to try out this music thing? Did it start off as just a hobby? Is this something that you started taking serious right away? What's the backstory and the origin of the music and how you got into
It started out as a hobby. Just doing it throughout high school. I didn't really take it serious until like after high school. I pushed pretty hard with a couple mixtapes, but I was kind of like, I want to say when you're young and really talented and you don't learn the business side, you kind of just feel like my talent will get me everywhere. But if you don't learn the business side and how to like market and promote, I mean, you're just an unheard talent, right? So I just took it like, all right, so it didn't go nowhere or whatever. It wasn't until about like a couple of years later I just started studying the business, seeing how I could like really push my brand and my music. I came back full force, um, got on XXL and all this other things, and just made sure that when I came back with like a lot of energy and knowing and knowledge.
So, you said, which this is very true, if you don't know the business, or if you come into this not being familiar with the business, you kind of think your talent will bring you where you gotta go. In some rare cases, there have been situations where that does happen, but maybe they were at the right place at the right time. The right person heard them, whatever the case may be. But how long did
Right.
it take you to realize, okay, you really got to know the business or have a team helping you, that it's not just most of the time raw talent to get you up the ladder?
It took me a couple years because I mean, I pretty much stopped from like 21 and I really got back on like I want to say 25, 26. It took a couple years because like when you're young and you just feel like it could just all be talent and you don't know the game, you just feel like, all right, I don't really need it. But if it's like something that's strong in your heart, like I love music. I love making music, all types of music. I got certain music that's unreleased that like as soon as it really gets popping, I'm gonna just throw it out there and y'all gonna be like, wow, I didn't even know he on that like that. So but as I got older, I started to realize that like all I do is listen to music, write music, poetry. I actually critique music too. So it was just like, I can't leave this. I need to like get some knowledge on this so I can come back full force. So it did take a couple years before I really like, all right, this is how I'm coming with it.
Okay. You know what? We have so many questions for you, but I feel like I'm hogging up the show. I'm going to give the floor to our co-host on the 305.
All right.
Hey, bitches. What's
What's
up?
up, Vana?
What's good? So what do you have playing in the background?
Right now I'm playing Moneybag Yo Time Served. So
Okay, okay, okay. Respect. Shout out.
like I listen to my music all day. Sometimes I start listening to other music. I feel like it's really good to listen to other people's music. It kind of gives you an idea of what's out there, how
Right.
to approach, not to really jock their style, but how you're gonna approach a record.
Okay. So what are you working on now?
So I just released my track Real Eye. It did pretty good on Spotify. We already at like 35K streams. We pushing for 100. I'm actually working on another EP. It's called A Most Vicious Year Part 2. And then after that, I'm going to drop an album. I
Nice.
just finished up the visual for Tipper.
Okay.
I'm going to drop it very soon. I dropped a little trailer. And
Okay.
we working on the video for Real Life. And I'm going to try to do some more acting gigs.
Okay. So I see you working. So do you expect to drop all of this before the year's over?
We trying to do that. Yes. We
That's
trying to definitely
lit.
do that.
You working and me and you go way back. Like we was
Of
How
doing
back?
course.
I want to
we
know.
Of
okay. I
course.
mean, it's been a few
The
years. Like you
second,
was coming to like the one of the first, events that we were hosting in Miami and Broward. Like, we've been out here.
yeah, like I
I
think
was I was there since wax on, wax off, like everything,
that
everything.
was my song right there.
Yeah, that's that
I've been
jam.
I remember like the second show I ever did was with you. The
Really,
second show I ever
which
did was
which
with you.
venue was that?
That was up in Broward. It was like on a Monday night.
Like Escape Lounge or something?
Yeah, Escape
Okay.
Lounge. That was like
I,
the second show I ever
I,
really did.
oh wow.
And yeah.
Well, I know all your shows. You have a lot of confidence. He gets on stage. And he's like, hold up, bitches. Like he.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone watches the stage.
Yo, 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 yo,
Yeah, you
yo.
definitely demand the attention, and you definitely have the presence to where you're going to
Like you
captivate
have a
the
real
attention.
powerful presence.
Yeah.
Like they
I
see
mean,
you like, hold up, bitches on stage.
you gotta have confidence, especially in this game. If you don't have confidence, it's like, what are you doing? They're just gonna look at you like, who is this guy? You gotta like control the room at all times. It's like playing chess. If you make the wrong move, it's done. You
Right.
know. So you
Was
gotta move like chess.
was your confidence always as high as it is, or is it something that you had to develop, especially when it comes to performing in front of crowds of people that you may not know?
Right. I mean, it wasn't always there, but I kind of like YouTube is your best friend if you can't have like books or whatever, or if you do got books. I mean, I read many books, and also I enjoy looking at YouTubes in regards to public speaking or like performance wise, how to keep the crowd enticed. So like YouTube has become my best friend on how to control the room. So that's some free game for anybody who watching who's an artist. YouTube.
So I see some artists in the comments. We have New Miles, a few artists giving you shout outs. Can you give them some tips, like some things that you learned on YouTube?
I learned, basically bars, how you formulate your bars. Not just like because it used to be like a 16, but I don't know if you noticed, the music in the industry is just getting shorter and shorter, right? So like we used to just do like 4 or 5 minute songs. No way. No way. That's not gonna fly unless like maybe on the album, but like if you trying to get on the radio and club scene, 2 minutes tops nowadays, right? So your bars gotta be at least like 12 or 8. Then you got to have that chorus that's really gonna grab them.
Right.
So
I think people's attention spans have just shortened
it
over the
really
years
has.
because we
It
have
really
so much
has.
technology and so many new apps and
And
things coming
Hmm.
out,
artists,
right? New artists every day. It's
Exactly.
like what's next? What's next? What's
new
next?
music
You
every
gotta
day.
you gotta keep you gotta keep up with it. So I think
Exactly.
everything's getting shorter, songs getting shorter, their attention spans are getting shorter.
Yeah. So I mean, um, I learned to you gotta adapt to survive, and I gotta shout out my homeboy Amp 100 because he made a song. He made an album called Adapt to Survive,
Right.
and what he really did, he adapted to survive. Like it's not like back in the days. Um, you definitely got to shorten your music. You got to make sure your promo game's on point. You basically got to sign yourself. You know, they're not. You can't wait on them to sign you. You got to sign yourself and rack it up, and they will notice you and they will want you. You know, so
I know that these times aren't the most normal. So what's I love to ask this because everybody's response is different. How has January to July, which is the first 6 months of 2020, the first half of this strange year in recent times, how has it been treating you personally, but also with your business ventures?
um, from January to now, it's just been different. You know what I mean? With a lot of things being closed, um, it kind of just makes you stay out the way forcefully. You gotta like focus on you and focus on your grind. Because not a lot of things are open. The things that are open, it it's essential and it really doesn't, I want to say, have too much to do.
That happens when someone's calling them and have to like check the call or something. But guys, yes, we're here. It's August while we wait for him to get back on with clarity. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
What I was saying is a lot of things that are open right now don't have too much to do with music. Um, a lot of it is usually that we utilize is like open mic and showcases. That's how we essentially network and whatever, whatnot. So it did take a little a little something off from me because I'm a great networker. I'll be the first one just passing out my cards, passing out my music, passing out whatever I got, just making sure everybody got it. Um, Now you gotta like shift to online, which is you should already be online, but like that face to face connection, it's like wow. I just seen this man tear up the stage. He came up, showed some love, and gave me his card or whatever he has. Um, well, online it's a little bit like different. You don't really necessarily meet the person. They just gotta check your vibe, and hopefully they like your vibe. So, and also, I was doing showcases at Playhouse. Shout out to DJ Epps. So, because for one, I love helping out other artists. There's a lot of talent within Florida. I don't want to just limit it to like Broward County or Dade County. Like, I feel like all over Florida, there's just always something popping. Always someone who got like a different style that's just lit. So, if I could like have them come through the showcase to show some love and get tapped in down here, over here in Broward and Dade, that's perfect. I did my part.
Right.
So I'm curious. You brought up a lot of other ventures. You brought up acting. So how's that been going, and how did that start for you?
Um, I always like enjoyed acting, so I've been in so far about 3 movies. One of them actually
What's
have.
the name? Let us know because we love to watch, like the independent films and like we love to see,
All right,
artists,
so
people we
there's
know.
there's Omnibolt, and it actually features Robert Redford. For I know there's like a lot of young people in here. They're probably like, "Who's Robert Redford?" So if you ever watch Avengers and the old dude, or if you ever seen like the old school Twilight Zones, that's Robert Redford. So we did this film, Omnibolt, should release in like, well, I don't know when it's gonna really release now with the COVID because it was in production, but I mean, it had a date of 2022, so we'll see from there. Another movie is The Mixtape, and another film is Guilt. So I don't have the exact dates for that, but I did my part.
Okay, so all three of these are unreleased.
Yeah, all 3 of them are released.
Ooh,
So
okay,
Are
so keep us
are
updated.
are all these films is it the same people behind them all, or is this different people?
they're different films. They're different films. So and a lot of that I just got from networking with people. You'd be surprised, like as an artist, if you're not like talking with like 50 people within that room, you messing up
Yep.
because one of them is plugged in into something. You
Mm-hmm.
feel me? And you should definitely, if not the artist, you try to tap in with the promoter. Um, of course, a lot of shows that's really popping is with Vana right now. So if you ain't tapping in with Vana, I don't know what to tell you. Like,
Thank you. I
yeah,
think I think the issue is a lot of artists like don't really understand the game, like you said. So they go to these events and like, oh, I know I'm the hottest artist in here. I'm gonna go on stage and everyone's gonna fuck with me.
mm,
It doesn't always work like that. You may be the hottest, but it's like you don't know, how people might interact with you. So it's like you have to be the one to kick it off. You have to go around the room, introduce yourself, get their IG, follow them, make them follow you and all that.
exactly. And not only that, as an artist, you need to have a budget. Like, you need a budget.
'Cause you could be
You
at a
you need a
showcase or a
budget.
club event or wherever, and let's say you're at KOD or Babylon, and then you see, like we've had so many artists in there this past 2 years. We have so many people in there. Let's say you just see someone that you wanted to work with, and you run into them. Okay, hey, so I just performed. Oh, this is my new song. How can I get you on a feature? Right then and there, what if they're like, oh, I'm in Miami. I'll do 2 bands, whatever. And you're like, bro, I got 750. I got 800. They're gonna do it. I
They
guarantee
will.
you 99% of
They
the time they're
will.
gonna do it. But if you're an
They are
artist
going
that
to
thinks,
do it.
damn, I don't have no money put up, I'm just out here just hoping for a handout, it's not gonna work.
Exactly.
I mean that, and also, like if you don't have a team, you can be very self-efficient, but you need those things that you just said. Or sometimes if you have like a small team, that can maybe make up for it if everyone's like pitching in a little
Mm-hmm.
something. If let's say
Facts.
the artist isn't really the talker, at least someone on your
You need a
behalf should be
strong
going.
manager, strong representative with
Yeah.
your content, with your music, with something, a CD, a USB, a flyer, something. If you're going to these events empty-handed, you're not,
You shouldn't be leaving empty-handed. You should
right.
be leaving with contacts and
Mm-hmm.
connections, some fans, some followers. But this leads me to ask you. For as long as I've known you, um, you've seemed very, very self-efficient. Like it looks like you get a lot done, and it kind of looks like you've been doing it on your own. But I don't know if there's anyone behind the scenes helping you out. If you're working with anyone, so what's that situation like for you right
So
now?
there's if you see me sufficient, there's always somebody behind the scenes. Like because if you try to do it alone, you're probably gonna get like 5%. So the fact that you, Vanna, and anybody else on the live see me proficient, I have people behind. I have good PR. I do have a team. You know what I mean? They may not always be on the scene or in front of the camera, but they making sure I'm getting right.
Yeah, that's what a lot of
So
people don't realize. Sometimes the the artist team is behind the scenes. So you see them out
Yeah.
in the club. Oh, they're only in the club with a few people, but they might have a really strong team. They might be out of state. They might be virtual, or who knows, like how people are working. But you know, like you said,
Yeah, good street team, good online team. So
right?
So, um, you also brought up the label. Talk to us about that, how that came about, and you know what's being worked on as far as that goes.
so we have the label is called Venom Family Entertainment. And why I call it Venom is because I feel like everybody within the team, it's called Venom Mob, the team, and everybody got a poisonous style. It's like, you know what I mean? Everybody's going to rhyme a certain way, everybody's going to come with a different flavor, and it can't really be matched. So we got my homeboy Knowledge, who's a part of the team. He recently dropped Better Late Than Never. Of course, it did like 100K streams, which is perfect. We got, my joint that was released years ago, A Most Vicious Year. It's already at 100K streams. We just making sure every time we put something out, it's definitely hitting hard. It got good promo. You know, whether we gotta like go out and pass it out or make sure our online team is making it work. So the label Venom Family Entertainment. We're not just necessarily doing music. We're putting our hands in film too because not only do I like to act, but I do screenwrite myself. I have a film. It's called Crooked. Per se, started filming as of yet, but when I do start filming, I'm gonna release it within like YouTube. It'll be like an 8-minute film. You gotta try your hand in something. So don't try to go for like an hour movie and you ain't never did a movie before. Is what I keep telling myself. So like an 8-minute film, that'll tell you like where you at.
Right.
And if people enjoy it, then maybe go for 20, maybe go 30, and then just keep going up from there.
You know what? That's some really good advice because I eventually want to get into that. You know, the events, promotions, branding, all that stuff is cool, but I want to do like kind of like what Tyler Perry's doing. That's something I really want to get into. So I'm really learning from what you said. Like I want to write movies, TV shows. Bring it to life. But what you said makes a lot of sense. You should start off small, like just a few minutes, and then slowly increase it. Like once you see there's a demand for more. So very
Exactly.
nice.
You don't want to give people too much of what they're just like, eh. You want to give them more of, damn, that was fire. What else you got?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And what do you have? What's the vision? I know we talked a little bit about it, but can you give us a bit more detail on what the plan is from August to December, which is wow, this passed by really quick. We're in the
Yeah.
second
I
half of
know.
2020.
It was March like 2 days ago, right? I mean, the plan is definitely get the album out, start pushing more of the visuals. I do have what is a little weird. Well, it's not weird, but it's something I always wanted to do. Um, I'm gonna have like videos that I release like every month or two, where I have somebody either playing drums or electric guitar, and I'm just freestyling like all the way through. Just give it a little different mood. Just I always wanted to work with like musical instruments.
Okay. And since 2019 was the most recent year that was a bit more normal, what was that year like for you? Because this year is totally different. So, what was last year like for you?
Last year, if I could be real, I felt like last year was kind of like slow and like, of course, now it's like everything is coming in faster than it was last year. 2018 was a great year. 2019 was a good year, but I feel like with everybody who's on lockdown, if anybody's on lockdown per se, and things kind of shut, it kind of gave me more time to get more on the marketing side online. So it's been very big for me, I want to say. I got in like a lot of blogs, working on digital magazines, and I'm just grinding really heavy, and I'm doing it from the comfort of my house. So
Is that really a yellow wall behind you, or is that like the light?
that's a yellow, yeah, that's a yellow wall. That's a yellow wall.
Nice.
We in the home.
I've been meaning to ask that from the beginning. That's a
Yeah,
good
it's a yellow
background,
wall.
that wall.
Thank you.
So, what else can you see yourself getting into in the near future? You told us your current interest in things you want to do, but after you conquer these things, or once you know you've achieved a certain level with those things, are there any other business ventures that you can see yourself kind of experimenting or getting into?
I'd like to like purchase land, like real estate, and open up businesses because I mean, having your own type of business or land is very essential, I believe. You could pass that down. So
And you can do what you want for the most part on it. Like
exactly,
you can,
exactly.
have a farm, fruits and vegetables. I don't know. That's what I would do. Like,
Shoot, you on the right path, and
animals.
I know, Vana, you be on your you be on your vegetarian thing.
Yeah,
So
I wouldn't have animals like to eat them. I would have like, to keep them safe. I would put them on the
keep them
land.
safe. Word. So yeah, I mean, definitely owning your own land and real estate. I would definitely go to that next step, and I could pass that down, have something to pass down. You know,
Speaking of passing down, are you a family guy? Do you have kids?
I have a beautiful daughter, 2 years old,
Gorgeous baby.
Oh, you
gorgeous.
with her?
No, I don't think she's ever been to an event, but he's always posting
Yeah, that's my
stuff
little
about
baby
her.
right there.
And she's so
That's
cute.
she's a sweetheart, but she a sour patch too. So she's a
Do you
sour patch.
do you feel like, well, not do you feel like, because I'm sure it has. In what ways has your daughter changed you for the better? Like, what are the differences in your mindset and mentality and everything in general before and after?
Well, with my daughter, it's kind of like you get to thinking a little bit more into like feelings because I noticed that I probably won't like really yell at her, but the tone of my voice should be like, "What's going on?" Like, she'll be confused. So like,
You're
it
getting
showed me
soft.
with tone of voice, feelings and all that. So get a little bit more in touch with that.
Daddy mode.
Try to be a little bit nicer in public, especially when I'm with her. You know, I don't want her to see me as, damn, this man's mean as hell. No, like I'm dad, I'm nice.
Yeah.
Um,
You change out of like rapper mode,
yeah,
artist mode
and
to
just
daddy
be
mode.
very social. Sure that you could talk with people, and yeah. So those are some of the changes she brought with me. I try
I
to
think
smile more now in public when I'm with her anyway. So
I think we should have like a family oriented event soon when
Oh
everything gets
yeah.
back normal because
oh,
we've
of
missed like
course,
so
I'm
many
down
events
with
this
that.
year.
Oh,
Like we've been on lockdown so long, people having babies and stuff. Like, everyone about to have a family soon. So we need to do something like for the kids.
Yeah,
Because like,
that would
people
be
are
great.
doing backpack and school giveaways, but I don't think people are going to school. Not down
Yeah,
here. I wouldn't want my kids going to school right now.
yeah. So, no, that's definitely a good idea, and I, for one, would definitely like to, work with you. Vana, you always doing, stuff, whether it's with House of Currency, and shout out to them. I be seeing you always out here doing something that like benefits, whether it's the artist or the community. So, I mean, I rock with you.
Thank you.
we need, yeah, we need these events to start happening again. The last wave, I noticed the last massive wave of events, and it's kind of weird. Was Super Bowl weekend. I was at events back to back to back to back to
Oh
back.
yeah,
So
Super Bowl
probably was not the
weekend.
corona. Somebody
But
came
but
up
but
here
but,
with the
but
corona.
they're saying that's when the corona hit down here, And it's like I partied really hard, you know, did a lot of
Shoot,
work
I was
at the event,
performing.
you know, did a lot of events
Yeah.
that weekend. But of course, you know, I should have knew something was up. Like all those events, you know,
It
so
was
it's
a lot going
so
on.
it makes
Yeah.
sense. Like okay, you know that was like the last big wave of events before things just really slowed down. But I mean, I feel like it's just us pretty much. You know, LA's open. I think New York's open. Atlanta, there is everyone that I talked to from Atlanta. And from what I've seen, they say there is no regard for COVID, and I'm kind of jealous. You know,
I've
I
been
mean, I
seeing
want
a
to
lot of
say,
videos coming out of Atlanta, like they little private parties. But I mean, I see private parties over here in Miami too.
no, they're having
But
private parties here too.
but Atlanta's on a different level.
No, but no. But here's what
Definitely.
I'm saying. What I'm saying about Atlanta is their stuff isn't even private. Like you know, it's you know the clubs are open. I'm seeing like artists
Performing, getting booked.
you know, like bookings,
They
like
are outside.
Oh.
you know, like I seen a flyer. Moneybag Yo was booked somewhere. I saw, you know, Mulatto just dropped her song with Gucci. You know, she
Yeah, I
was
saw that.
booked somewhere, and I'm like, and you know, and then you know, like it's just interesting. I see these events going on, so I actually like, you know, when the day comes, I look to see how it went, and it's regular. You know, like the club on Smash, the bottles being
Mm.
brought out, people drinking. I don't see a mask in sight. You know, just no
Yeah, I saw that
regard
too.
for COVID. But I feel like because Atlanta is like, you know, a lot of youth, so maybe
Mm.
that plays a part in it.
I don't want to say what I
Yeah.
really feel and think,
No.
but
Tell them how you feel. Tell them how you feel.
you know, but anyways, like it's a reason why we have, you know, yet to see this certain disease like face to face, okay? But I mean, if those cities are wide open, why are they not getting the same numbers that we get?
I don't know. But wasn't there like a report? I don't remember where I saw it. I don't know if it was
It was a
Instagram or
report that said that majority of the positive cases were not really positive, and
right.
that numbers were incorrect. So I don't really want to get too deep into it, but they need to open mine back up because we were perfectly fine when we were at KOD, even with our little mask and everything, and then they made us, you know, stay open. We were fine.
And you know, I
Yeah.
get tested like every other week, and so far I've been okay. I don't really like the blood test. I feel like that's not really accurate. But when I take the nose test, you know, like those always come back negative.
Yeah. How is that no test? I heard they got to go all the way back.
Well, hold on one second. So it's just like
A long Q-tip.
it's
A
like a
long
Q-tip,
Q-tip.
just long,
Yeah.
longer, and then I have to like put my head back, and then I don't even want to do it, but it's a bit
No, it's
uncomfortable.
gonna like touch your brain. Like it goes.
I mean, no.
You said it touch your brain?
For like 3 seconds, and then you know, like they put
Oh
it in the
no.
Ziploc bag. They do whatever they do, and then in a few days they call you with your results. But you know, it's a bit uncomfortable, but I've gotten used to it. I've taken like 3 or 4 so far, and I always get excited when they call me and tell me, "Hey, you're negative." I'm like, "Okay, yay!" But you know, I got to do it for work reasons.
I feel you.
You see what Amp said? He said, "Shit, fake currency collapse." Yeah, you see every store you
Well,
go to,
you
there's a
know.
big sign that says, "Please use your card. We have a shortage on the coins." How do we have a shortage on the coins? And it's all these coins and all these fountains and everywhere in the world. There's coins everywhere. Vending machines, you know, gumball machines, coins everywhere.
Right.
Tolls, toll plazas, whatever.
It ain't been like that for the liquor store though. I put on the liquor store. It was like we got cash. So, but I feel you.
They want us to just use card. They want everyone to use your cards. They're gonna stop the cash, and they're gonna say due to the virus spreading through cash, they're gonna stop all cash transactions. Spend your cash. Spend all the cash that you have, and use your card from now on. Now they're gonna control your money. Like things could really like go.
That can't be good for the people who ain't got no bank account.
Right.
Yeah.
And those who can't get no bank account, maybe they don't have a social, don't have an ID. You know, maybe they already messed up their credit with the banks. Like this can be
Right.
bad for a lot of people.
Mm.
What
Yeah.
what would you say are some of the challenges that you have faced, either personally or business wise, that you didn't expect to go through, but just had to happen for you, that you overcame?
I mean, I don't want to say like too much on business side because with business, it's always gonna change. You either gonna like come up or you gonna have to like fix up your budget, and it's usually just up and down. So I just see it like opportunity to like work a little bit harder, um, and I just see it always as a lesson to like work harder. I feel
Okay.
like when you work harder, you get rewarded with positive gifts. If you get in a situation where it's like, oh man, like I'm kind of like it's a bust or whatever, and then you just feel like that and you don't do anything else, it's just why are you stopping? This is what you wanted, so you got to go all the way out for whatever you want.
Is
So
is there any artist or anybody in general, a brand, a company, an entity, an organization, anyone that you want to work or collaborate with at some point in time?
um, definitely Lil Baby. I've been listening to Lil Baby. I don't know if you noticed, but I would love to work with Lil Baby. Um, definitely with Gucci Man, Jeezy, all them. I'd love to work with them. Brands, I would love to have a sit down meeting and just soak up knowledge from Master P because he's still like
So
still
still
like
grinding,
a
still
full
dropping
25
products.
years and still like you hear his name and there's strength behind that name. So I would love to have a sit down with Master P and just soak up knowledge from him.
Okay. Well, some of the artists that you mentioned like have been dropping budgets for their features. Are you familiar? Like Baby, I believe he wants 100K.
100K,
So
I
how do you
heard
feel
it.
about that? Do you think it's worth it?
I feel like it is worth it if you
If it
have
comes
those
with the
funds.
video, it's worth it. If it's just
Yeah,
verse, then no. Well, no, I'm sorry. Of course it's worth it, but I need a video and a verse.
I think, hold
a
on,
video
sorry
of
to
the
cut you
verse.
off, guys, but verse, video, and a repost on his page.
Oh yeah, those
I
Yeah,
need
two
that'd
all
be
that
things.
because
lit.
that's a
Yeah,
lot.
that'd be lit. That'd be lit. But I mean, some people got it, some people don't. And the people who got it, they're gonna make that move. If you don't got it, you just gotta work harder and get it. You feel me? If you really want it. Um, Me per se, I would, if I did get to that level, um, I would definitely do it. And we'll negotiate in regards to like, hey, are you gonna be in the video or are you gonna at least promote online or get one of your PR teams to like push it, because that's 100K. Like
That's a good
100K,
way
you can
to
really push an
grow.
album, really, but you pushing the feature. So now you gotta try to get something out of it to make it move.
Right.
What would be like an ideal situation for you? Like, are you down? Like, do you want to stay doing things in house, or are you open to like an exterior situation or deal of any kind?
I'm open to deal with any, kind. Of course, in house, you want to make sure everything is taken care of in house. I feel like if you don't have everything in house taken care of, you're setting yourself up for failure. Um, and that's one thing I don't do. I want to make sure that like everybody within the team is eating and everybody within the team has a straight head and we ready to grind. Once you got that going on, you definitely want to go ahead and make that next step of branching out, working with different people, um, you know, just trying to get to the next level. And getting to the next level is usually building. You got to build, not destroy your bridges. You got to build your bridges.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any labels you have been looking into or reaching out to, or someone you want to work with?
I haven't necessarily been looking into labels. I've just been focusing on mine and pushing and grinding. Um, you know, you got to build yourself up before you even try to go to a label anyway. You don't want to go to the label and just, here, all I have is good music. You want to be like, well, look, if you take a look, I've been in acting, I do music production, I'm an artist. Also, if you take a look at my catalog, it's streamed this much, it's sold this much.
Right.
I'm a powerhouse. And let's negotiate and get me some money, and I'm gonna get you some hits. You don't want to be that dude who's just like, I'm dependent on getting signed,
Right.
because at that point,
That's extra work on their part, and they're like, we need to, honestly, from my experience from sitting down in A&R label meetings with major labels, what they tell the artist is, we're looking for an artist with their team together. When this is free game, any artist on here, they want to see you with your manager, an engineer, you know, your cameraman, your team. They want to see you have everybody on deck already. They don't want to be able, I mean, they might
They'll
get
ask
people,
you it,
yeah,
but they want to see that you already have like your core people.
they want to
exactly.
see who's pushing you. What do you guys have going on now? Like, who's your management? They want to see that.
Exactly. And I mean, I got all that in deck, but that doesn't necessarily mean, all right, let's go for it. I still got a lot of work to do. You know, I got my engineer, shout out to Primo the Genius. I got my cameraman, Roast Snap Entertainment. And, you know, I'm self-managed. I read up on a lot of books on how to self-manage. So I don't necessarily need a manager right now. But, I mean, eventually it's going to get there. So, I mean, I still got a lot of work to do. And I think that's why I'm always consistently grinding. You're always going to see me pushing, putting something out, because to be real, I got a lot of work to do. You feel me? So, no, I haven't been looking into labels.
Okay.
Is there anything that we haven't talked about or touched on, because we don't want to miss out anything important? Is there anything that we haven't discussed that like you might want to bring to the people's attention or let the people know about?
Well, I mean, I'm definitely gonna do a release party very soon for Real Life. I'm shooting a music video within 2 weeks for Real Life, and you know, I got a special surprise. I'm not gonna let y'all know, but you'll see in the video, and you're gonna be like, "Hold on," you feel me? You're gonna be like, "Hold on, where he get that?" But y'all definitely enjoy that. Tip a track. The video is dropping in 2 weeks, so it's just in time because then I'm filming the Real Life music video. So I mean, not much to really go much on. Yeah, definitely could check me out on all streaming platforms. Got music on there. Um, Also mixtapes, albums, all that good stuff. We just working. I'm gonna be in the XXL once again in September. So I mean, that's always a plus. Um, you know, we just going up. We ain't slowing down.
Okay, so definitely throughout the month of August, we're interviewing artists, brands, entrepreneurs, business owners, creators, or anyone that has anything that they want to talk about or push to the people. And we definitely had to have you on here. We feel it's cool to interview the celebrities or the people with the big followings and stuff like that. But we kind of need to connect more amongst ourselves. And I've kind of been enjoying this a bit more, because it's like, it's just cool to connect with the people and get to know the people more who are on the come up just like you. So I'm sure we can all relate a bit more to each other. So, this was great. Anything that we can do to help you out, we definitely don't mind. We're very supportive. When it came to you, it was like, okay, no questions asked, of course. Let's do it. What are all the social media platforms that people can find you on that you're active? I tried to find you on Twitter, but I couldn't find you on Twitter. Are you on Twitter?
Yeah, I'm on Twitter. It's vicious_mind89. YouTube, you just put The Vicious. Make sure you put THA, not THE, and space Vicious. Pretty much all platforms. Of course, IG, A Vicious Love. Um, Pretty much if you Google The Vicious with THA, everything should come up. You know what I mean?
Okay. And anything you want to ask before?
No, we kind of talked about everything that he has releasing, so I just wanted to, let you know, thank you for being a part of every event that we've, done together, whether it was with me, Rari, even VP. Thank you guys for all being a part of this movement.
Absolutely.
And keep us updated, like, on the dates, the release dates, so we can help you out,
For sure.
post anything you have access to, like maybe a blog or something, well, we got you.
Yeah. And definitely shout out to Rari, because I remember when I first actually got an XXL magazine, I let Rari know. He was like, yo, let's throw something at the one. And I was like, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's fucking do it. So shout out to Rari. He thought I forgot. That's when he was rocking the weekend thing going on. You know what I mean?
Rari had the dukes.
Yeah, the looks. I was like, all right, shout out to Rari, man. So mad love that night too.
I try.
Oh, yeah.
And I see, we have one of these for you.
Oh, yeah. So maybe if you have like a video coming up or something we can come to, we have a present for you.
Yeah, because I saw that you have posted, I'm going live. I bought my own snacks, and so I get rap snacks. So we instantly, made you a bag and just put it to the side because, we'll drop that off to you. Yeah.
So, with my music video, it's still a surprise. I ain't gonna tell anybody else, but I will be in communication with you guys so y'all can pull up and y'all can see what I got working.
Okay.
See what I got going on, because I mean it's definitely big. Not a lot of Broward rappers do this. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
Except Kodak. Kodak is the only one I know who's done that.
Oh wait, let me go watch Kodak videos and see what you did.
So I mean, I'll definitely keep in contact with y'all. The video is being shot in 2 weeks, so y'all can pull up and we could definitely make it a movie.
Okay, nice. We're there for sure. Do you have any final words to say before we get out of here today?
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to my homie Knowledge. Shout out to my engineer Primo the Genius. Shout out to DG the Ghost. Shout out to School, The Martian. Shout out to Splitted B who produced Realize. Shout out to Trism Beats. Shout out to Vana, always doing the thing. Shout out to Rari. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to DJ Epps. You know what I mean? If I ain't shout you out, hey, it's still love. You feel me? I'm getting a little bit saucy. We had champagne. We finished the bottle of the, you know what I mean? And then we down the whole Bel Air, and now we rocking on that Henny.
I wish I could join you.
You feel me? And I got Patron. I don't know why I got that because I don't even drink it.
Listen, we have two. We have the Trina Bel Air.
Y'all didn't even pop it. Y'all had me over here getting saucy by myself.
Because me and Rari are not drinking for the
month of August.
For the month of August, all right, I respect that.
Detoxing, just water.
Just water.
We're kind of.
I mean, I got my gallon of water too.
Look,
so
I even wrote. I put a line on the Henny bottle so I could make sure he didn't sneak any sips.
Wow.
Yeah, well, it's guys. The great thing to have is an accountability partner. So when you say you want to do something or you're not gonna do something, you have somebody, just making sure. But yeah, we definitely have the liquor here in the house, but we're not drinking for the month of August. And I'm proud.
You gotta respect that. You gotta respect that.
I'm proud to say it's August 9th, and I haven't had a sip, and I'm not craving it.
Right.
But yeah, this was such a great conversation. I feel like we definitely got to know you a lot more. And, we'll figure out a day or time to link up with you, give you your rap snacks.
He said
back.
The video's in 2 weeks.
And then, someone asked?
Shout out to you guys in the comments, too.
Right. Shout out to everybody in the comments. New Miles.
Starbag, hey.
Yeah, Mega Fam Love, Star Bag,
Birdman,
Karma,
that's on
Amp
his something up
100,
on
all
there.
them. I Am the Prince. Facts.
Make sure you go
Definitely.
follow him.
Yeah,
Big
follow me. I follow back.
bitches
I'm not.
love.
I'm not bougie. Follow me. I follow back.
Okay, so thank you so much. This was great, and we'll see each other soon.
All right, y'all take care. Y'all have a lovely night and stay safe. Take care.
Thank
You
you.
too.
All right. Well.
All right. Hold on, because I want to do something while we're sitting down.